Welcome to the ultimate guide to master the art of talking to women. This is the most in-depth guide I've ever made on this channel. So sit back and let's get into it. First up, we have body language. Now this belongs in the B tier. Body language is crucial in conversations because it communicates confidence, interest, and emotional control before you even say a word. Women are incredibly perceptive to non-verbal cues, often picking up on subconscious signals that tell them whether you're self-assured or insecure. Here's what good body language looks like. Not staring creepily at her, but holding eye contact naturally while you're talking to her and listening to her. Having an open posture with no crossed arms or hunched shoulders is always better. And no matter what you do, when you're talking to her, do not lean in towards her. This shows that you are desperate for her. Just stand upright and take some space, keeping your back straight. While body language is incredibly important, it will not carry the whole conversation on its own. You still need solid verbal skills, emotional intelligence, and confidence to truly master the art of talking to women. But without good body language, even the best words will not save you. Next up, we have talking too much about yourself. Now this belongs in the C tier. Talking about yourself isn't bad. In fact, sharing personal stories can build a connection if done right. But the problem is that most guys overdo it. It makes you come across as self-absorbed. When you dominate the conversation with your achievements, your opinions, and your experiences, it just sends the wrong message to her. Instead of making her feel engaged, it makes her feel like she's just there to listen to you. And trust me, that's boring. It also kills mystery because if you spill everything about yourself in one conversation, there's no curiosity left. Women are always drawn to men who reveal things gradually. If she's barely talking, she's likely losing interest fast. Which brings me to my next point, make her talk about herself. This belongs in the S tier. This right here is the ultimate cheat code. If you master this one skill, you will instantly stand out from 90% of guys. Why? Because most guys just do the opposite. People love talking about themselves. It's just human nature. When someone gives us space to share, we feel a sense of connection with them. And if she feels good talking to you, she'll want to keep talking to you. And that is why this is super important, because it is the fastest way to build a deep connection with her without trying too hard. If you are struggling with this, you can always join my Discord server where I will personally help you out for free. The link is in the description below. Next up, we have you put her on a pedestal. This belongs in the D tier. One of the biggest mistakes guys make is treating a woman like she's some goddess, like she's above them. This is a one-way ticket to the friend zone or straight up being rejected. It just makes you seem like you're low value. When you act like she's some rare, untouchable queen, you automatically put yourself beneath her in the social hierarchy. Women do not want to date fans. They want to date equals, or more often than not, they want to date someone higher than them in the hierarchy. Over-complimenting her and making her your number one priority are just some signs that you are putting her on a pedestal. See her as an equal, not a prize. She's not a queen, she's not an angel, she's a human, just like you. Treat her with respect, but do not worship her. The most attractive men have goals, ambitions, and things going for them outside of dating. So the more you chase your purpose and goals, the more women will naturally be drawn towards you. Always remember that women want to be wanted, not worshipped. Next up, we have confidence. Now this belongs in the S tier. Confidence isn't just attractive, it is the foundation of everything when it comes to talking to women. Without it, even the best conversation skills fall flat. But with it, you can almost make any interaction work in your favor. It instantly makes you attractive because a confident guy doesn't need to prove himself to anyone. His presence alone makes him stand out. And women pick up on this instantly, because if you believe you are valuable, others will too. If you don't, she won't either. It makes you more fun to talk to because a guy who is more comfortable in his own skin creates a relaxed and enjoyable vibe. If you have nervous energy, it's contagious and not in a good way. You can build confidence naturally by embracing rejection. Confident guys do not fear rejection because they know it's a part of the game. When you stop seeing rejection as a failure and start seeing it as just feedback, you become unstoppable. Whenever you walk into a room, I want you to act like you belong there. Confidence is super important because this is the core of attraction. This is what separates the guys who struggle in conversations from the ones who make every interaction feel effortless. If you get this one thing right, trust me, everything else will fall into place. Next up, we have emotional intelligence. Now this belongs in the A tier. If confidence is S tier, then emotional intelligence is the secret weapon that separates guys who just get by from the ones who truly connect with women. Being able to read emotions, understand social dynamics, and respond accordingly is what makes conversations feel effortless and deep instead of awkward and forced. A guy with emotional intelligence can tell when she's engaged versus when she's bored or uncomfortable and can adjust accordingly. It also creates an instant connection because when a woman feels like you truly understand her, she sees you as someone she can open up to, and that's where attraction builds up and trust grows. It also makes you more adaptable because no conversation is the same. Emotional intelligence helps you navigate through different personalities and situations with ease. If you can read emotions and respond the right way, you'll always know exactly what to say, and that is a game changer. Next up, we have good voice and tonality. This belongs in the A tier. You could say all the right things you want to, but if your voice and tonality are off, the impact is just lost. The way you say something matters just as much, if not more, than what you're actually trying to say. Your voice carries emotion, energy, and authority. Get this right and even simple conversations can feel magnetic. Voice and tonality is super important because it instantly makes you more attractive, because a deep, controlled, and engaging voice naturally draws more people in. It makes you sound more confident and dominant because women are hardwired to be attracted to certainty. It also keeps people engaged because a monotone voice kills conversation, but variation in your tone keeps people hanging on to what you're saying. Some examples of bad tonality are speaking too fast, talking in a monotone voice, ending sentences on a high pitch, or mumbling or speaking too softly. A good voice and tonality is so helpful that it enhances every conversation, makes you sound more attractive, engaging, and confident, and it always leaves a long-lasting impression. If you master this, you can command attention without trying too hard. Next up, we have stop overthinking. This belongs in the A tier. Overthinking is one of the biggest killers of natural conversation. The best conversations aren't scripted, they flow, and that can't happen if you're just stuck in your own head. When you're in your own head, you're not enjoying the moment. Instead of enjoying the interaction you're having, you're just analyzing it like a test. This causes hesitation because that split second of second guessing yourself, that kills the vibe. Stop worrying so much about saying the wrong thing. The fear of messing up makes you play it too safe, which results in boring, forgettable conversations. Stop replaying conversations in your head. If you leave an interaction obsessing over what you should have said differently, then that's a sign that you're overthinking. Also, stop trying to predict how she's gonna react to everything you say. Instead of focusing on the present, you're too busy guessing how she might feel about something before you even say it. Instead of stressing about how the conversation is going, you need to actually enjoy it. Why? Because no conversation is perfect, and that's fine. A confident guy doesn't care. He just rolls with it, and whatever mistakes he makes, he improves them gradually. When you stop obsessing over the right thing to say, you just become more attractive instantly because you're actually being yourself. Next up, we have fumbling your words. Now this belongs in the D tier. Fumbling your words is a major red flag in conversations because it signals nervousness, insecurity, or lack of confidence. Women pick up on this instantly. If you cannot speak clearly and smoothly, it distracts from what you're actually trying to say, and this weakens your presence. If you don't sound confident in what you're saying, why should she feel confident in you? This just disrupts the flow of conversation because using constant filler words like ers or or just stumbling over sentences kills the natural rhythm of your speech. It also makes you seem less engaging because people are more drawn towards smooth and clear talkers. If you keep messing up, she'll eventually lose interest. Some tips to fix these mistakes is to just slow down your speech. Nervous people talk way too fast. You need to take your time and let your words land. Think before you speak. Instead of rushing, take a second to collect your thoughts before saying something. Also, practice speaking out loud because when you read out loud, record yourself, and you listen to how you actually sound, you will improve. Also, if you're anxious whenever you're talking and you might run out of breath while speaking, this is a common mistake that people make. All you need to do is just calm down, breathe deeply and naturally, and make sure you don't stumble upon your words. Also, try avoiding using filler words because 10 out of 10 times taking a pause is way better than saying or any other filler words. Master this and you will seem instantly more attractive and more in control of any conversation. Next up, we have always agreeing with her. Now this belongs in the the D tier. Being agreeable isn't the same as being attractive. A lot of guys think that if they just agree with a woman, she like them more. In reality, it just does the opposite. It just makes you seem spineless, uninteresting, and too easy to impress. It also makes you look weak because if you never have your own opinion or stance on anything, it just signals that you're afraid of disagreeing because you want to win her approval. It's boring because a woman doesn't want a yes man. Women are always drawn to men with a backbone. If you just blindly agree to whatever she says, she'll start to feel like you're not a real person. You're just like every other guy who's a fan of her, who's trying to impress her. Changing your opinion to match her opinion, never challenging her views, and forcing agreement when you actually disagree are all signs that you always try to agree with whatever she says. What you need to do instead is have your own opinions. Stand your ground. Confidence isn't just about knowing what you believe. It's being okay if others don't agree with what you have to say. It's fine. Women always respect men who stand their ground without being aggressive. Always agreeing to her kills attraction because it makes you look like a people pleaser instead of a confident man. Women never want guys who mirror them. They want someone who can add excitement and their own unique perspective to a conversation. Women respect men with their own mind. So if you're afraid to disagree with her, you're afraid to be yourself. And that is the least attractive thing you can do in your life. Authenticity is key. If you found this video helpful, I'm sure you will like this video where I rank all the signs that she likes you on a tier list. I'll see you there.